how to go from first message to phone number conversation breakdowns. So why should you listen to me? So I've built a top 1% profile on Hinge. I've had about 750 girls come to me in the last 6 weeks, and I convert about 90% of my matches into actual numbers. So if you don't believe me, this is my phone. That's the Hinge application, if you'll focus. So as you can see, just a ton of girls. Too many to deal with. So yeah, that's me. That's the proof. So the first conversation I'm going to break down is with this girl, Diana. So she opens to me saying, okay, I'll be your girlfriend. So already from the jump, a girl who messaged you first is obviously showing big signs of interest. So you can play into that. So then I reply, not so fast, Diana. I have a few conditions first. So instead of just agreeing with her, I make her work for it to get her invested even more. And obviously like trying to get her to qualify herself to me, which is a big thing in texting. She then says, go on then. I say, as long as you're good company, can feed me protein and give me solid shoulder rubs. She then says, that is light work. And then she goes on to her request then. So I need attention every 2 hours, snacks constantly, and booty rubs. So as you can see, really playful conversation, all from her opening. It doesn't ever get boring. She agrees to my shoulder rub request and wants my hands on her ass already after 3 messages. So like, this is what you can expect. I then say, if you can provide that, then I can provide those, no issues whatsoever. Send over your number so we can be more efficient in our communications. And then obviously she sends her number. So what I want you to look out for you is obviously, a really playful conversation. She's played back to what I've said and vice versa. And obviously her mentioning like booty rubs and stuff like that, that's obviously a high interest level indicator. So I'm going to latch onto that and shoot for the number quicker, because there's no need to, piss about with a load more messages because I know she's into me. My job is to get her off the app as soon as possible. So I'm going to go and do that. Obviously, once she's shown me that interest, okay, you don't want to be shooting for the number too early, because what I always say is like, you're a creep until proven otherwise. So you need to get over that obstacle first and then shoot for the number. And then obviously when it comes to shooting for the number, never ask a girl for a number, always tell her to give it to you. And I also like to play into like wordplay as well, which is being creative in how you ask for things. So, send over your number so we can be more efficient in our communications. It's just like a goofy way of saying like, obviously give me a number, but it's what women love. So try and implement that into your chatting and see why it works. Okay, so the next conversation is with Carly. So obviously I open to this girl. I say, an attractive blonde who attends the gym. I might have to keep you at arm's reach, Carly, as you're a bit too close to my type. So as you can see here, instead of saying, hey, how are you? That's how I'm coming in. That's why I get results and you don't. You cannot be boring with these girls, guys. Like, fuck, stop asking, hey, how are you? It just doesn't work. You need to come in like this, okay? So get creative, look at what I'm doing and copy me. Then she says, disappointed, I'm not exactly your type. So as you can see, positive response. And now from her message, I determine her interest level. I also look for her interest level past these messages as well. But like that first reply that she gives me often, like that's a good opener from me there. So if a girl's coming back like blunt and boring, I'll just fuck her off because I can't be asked. If I'm coming in class like that, you need to come back with it. So if she's not, then I got 750 girls I can go and message. It doesn't bother me. So I only deal with girls who have high interest, and like that's a good reply now. So I can come back with something better as well. That's sort of what you want to look out for. Everybody, and then I say everybody always has areas for improvement, Carly. So with a little hard work, you could tick every box. So again, another playful message, but it's also like a qualification. Like I wanted to work for it. This is very true. That's what I'm working towards. So then she qualifies herself to me saying she's willing to put in the work for me. So boom, that's what I'm talking about right there. Good, solid opening message there. Now the conversation can start flowing and I can lead to getting a number now. So, and I say, that's the attitude I'm looking for, constant growth. All right, Carly, what boxes do I tick? So she said, great question, beautiful blue eyes, workout, you look like you got good taste in music, think my nan would like you. Says says I tick a lot of boxes and future projects me to meeting her nan already. So she's already thought about, me meeting her family essentially. So things are going really well. I'm obviously looking out for those things to push forward into the conversation as well. I then say, those are 4 solid boxes I have ticked off, but I'm curious, what boxes didn't I tick? So putting it back on her now to get more thinking done, and basically I just want to know what she's going to come up with. Good, aren't they? To be fair, I don't know yet, to be continued. So she's basically like trying to find out. So then I go with, well, there's only one way to confirm over a few drinks for some solid conversation. Send me over your number so we can look to get that organized. So obviously conversation's going really well. Like I said, you don't want to be talking any more than this. You just want to go for the number now. So then I send a date feeler message to see how she responds to it, and then shoot right for the number. So basically a date feeler is a way of asking a girl on a date without directly saying it. So like you send out a date feeler. So depending on how they respond to it, if she's like keen to meet up with you or not. That's like a good thing you can put into your texting to basically get around time wasters. So it's a good thing to do. Like I did it back to back there with the number, but you can actually do it. Like say I didn't shoot for the number there and I just sent that message, then I can determine her reply from that, and then I can shoot for the number after that as well. But like obviously I was confident in getting it, so I just done it back to back. But that's a good way to, go about asking her out on a date without directly saying it. And then obviously I like your thinking, and then obviously secure the number. So yeah, that's another playful, nice, short and sweet conversation with an opening message. Yeah. So the next conversation is with Jess, and we open with, we'd have some great conversation over a few glasses of wine. Unless you're below average company, then I want nothing to do with you, Jess. So if you're a guy who falls into the category of sending out mass likes and swipes and stuff on these dating apps, use these 2 lines as well with your likes, and you will see an increase in match back. It's so good. So it's a date feeler message and a qualification message as well, back to back. So it's like a double hitter. And 99% of women will claim that they're good company or above average company, which she did here. It's almost predictable. It's hilarious. So lucky I'm above average, darling. Where we going? So, obviously I know she's going to say that. So obviously the interest is high. So we got something to work with. I then say, don't you worry, I'll sort all that. Just make sure you turn up looking pretty with great vibes. So showing a bit of like leadership and dominance there. And when you have a good profile, you can sort of say shit like that because you can back it up because your profile does. And obviously, girls love it as well. I'll do my best. And then like, I just know to shoot for the number here. So that's all I can ask for. Send over your number so we can look to get that booked in. And then obviously she sends the number. So like that's just a short and sweet, opening to the girl as well. Really good opening messages. What's her interest level saying, like from a reply. And then we just work our way down to the number. That's it. That's all you have to do. Short and sweet. You want to get the number in like 10 messages or less. That's basically how it works. So that's 3 conversation breakdowns there for you. So try and implement this into your own chatting. Like I said, digest it. Look how I say certain things, how I shoot for numbers, when I shoot for numbers. And you will level up your texting game. But if you need any help with this, you want to get coaching and stuff like that with me. So if you are interested in that, go to my Instagram, DM me, and we can get something set up. See you in the next video.